What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast, man. I got a special guest. I know he got a lot of gems. I've been checking him out. I've been really seeing what he about. He just had a new baby, so he's trying to get back into the groove of things, man. Welcome to the podcast, big dog.
Sir. Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming, man. So tell us where you come from and what exactly do you do, though? Because I like one thing I don't like to do. I like people to give their own credentials.
Yeah. I appreciate that. So originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Let me start with my name. My name is Akil Bernard. Originally from Trinidad and Tobago, and beautiful island. We like to call it the Twin Island in the sun. So grew up in the Caribbean, humble beginnings, and moved to the U.S. right when I turned about 21.
Okay.
21. So did a couple different things.
Come on.
Here. I worked for the corporate space, ING Direct Bank, Capital One. Capital One is where I got the exposure to coaching.
I got you.
So I spent 10 years at Capital One, 8 of those 10.
Okay.
The role was called Customer Experience Coach or Capital Coach.
I like that.
Wasn't this a manager role? So I had the opportunity to kind of coach people as well as manage them.
Yeah.
And then after doing that for about 10 years, I decided I wanted to step away from that and go do purpose work. So I went to coaching school.
I got you.
I really wanted to explore coaching and the art of coaching. So I got credentialed in coaching and actual, people say life coaching. I don't like saying
that's why I was about to ask you, is it a life coach or is it just a personal coach?
If I say life coach,
okay,
then that means I have my whole life together, right? And I'm the expert in life and I'm gonna come tell you how to fix different things or guide you and give you direction. So people say life coaching, but for me it's I like to pick my niche. I just like professional coaching. Professional coaching is the space. And for me, my niche is life and career transition.
Okay.
So anybody that's going through a major life transition, anybody that's going through a major career transition, I hold space for them to navigate that with confidence and clarity.
Now, I like that. So let me ask you a question. So which is more important, having confidence or having clarity?
That's a good question, man. I think you need both, right?
Okay.
But for me, I think the clarity comes first.
Okay.
So maybe I'll have to swap it around and say clarity and confidence.
Okay.
Because confidence stems from you having a clear vision of what you want to accomplish, how you're going to accomplish it.
I got you.
So for me, the very first thing is we got to figure out what is going on, right? Like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish?
That's true.
What are the blocks? And how can we get you from point A to point B? So clarity for sure comes before confidence. Confidence, like any muscle, requires practice. But clarity is strategic, right? So you have to be intentional about your clarity. You got to ask the powerful questions. And then you got to be okay with hearing the challenging responses to those questions.
So I do like the fact that, so I want to add another word to it. Yeah. You tell me, do you need this?
Yeah.
Cockiness to be successful?
That's a good, me personally, I don't subscribe to cocky.
I know, but do you need
it? Say
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Is it just in sports or do you need it in life?
That's a good question, man. I feel like I would swap it around and instead of saying cocky, I would say self-aware. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If I'm self-aware, then I can be confident and not be arrogant, right?
Okay.
If I'm
I think the arrogance is not like for instance, they was trying to humble Shador.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think he already been humble, but he's very confident in who he is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a catch-22. Yeah. So now I have another thing to ask you. Which one's more important, passion or purpose? Or do you need both?
You need both. You definitely need both.
Okay.
But purpose again comes before passion. Right?
Okay, I got you.
So when you're talking about purpose, we're talking about what were you truly created for?
Ooh, come on.
And passion, we're passionate about a lot of things, but
That's
not
true.
Everything that you're passionate about is what is not on purpose for you, right?
I got you.
Like a lot of people do a lot of great things that they're passionate about, but when they find that one thing that is purpose calling, that's God-given that you're supposed to be doing, then a light bulb goes off and you're like,
and the reason why I asked that, because I believe the Bible said your gift make room for you.
Yeah.
So a lot of people on passion projects and not tapping into their gift.
Yeah.
So that's why when you're on a passion project, you don't really become successful, because you haven't tapped truly into your gift.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the problem that I see with a lot of people, though.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited about a lot of things. Like for me, I'm good at a lot of things,
but
my purpose is in holding space for people. It's not necessarily in, let me show you how to build this $1 million business. I would love that to be the gift, but my gift is, let me get you clear so that you can go for it with your plan in a way that is self-serving, but it can also serve others, like your people that you love, your family. You have to feel whole. And a lot of people go for these things. That's why so many people that make so much money
and be broke,
but they're on the inside, they're broken.
Yes.
So many people with different, accolades and money, and you read the news or you watch television.
Like, why they kill themselves?
They took their own lives, right?
Yeah.
So money doesn't always equate to happiness. Some people have voids in them and that need to be filled. And sometimes it's just holding space for those people so that when they hit rock bottom, they can come back up.
Man, I like that, though, because I think a lot of times people, because I meet a lot of different people. So what I love about this content creation space is I work with real estate agents.
Right.
I work with a lot of podcasters. Like, we got over 20-something podcasters that come here every week.
I'm to join that real soon.
And so what's important is you get to see people mindset.
Yeah.
And you can see all ages. So I can see a 21, 23-year-old podcasting. Then I see a 30, 34 to 38 podcast. Then I see a 55, 60. You can see the different type of mindsets. Yeah. And everybody have their own people, though.
Yeah.
And so I believe that we all assigned to people.
Yeah.
And if you don't fulfill the assignment that God has for you, those people that's assigned to you, they can't fulfill their purpose.
Yeah.
What's your mindset on that?
Sometimes, you're not always ready for what God has intended for you.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if you see that little voice that always tells you, hey, go ahead and do that, and then you talk yourself out of it. That's God putting you on purpose, right? But then there's also the enemy, right? That's telling you,
tapping your
hey,
shoulder.
who do you think you are? You're not good enough. There's other people doing this. They're gonna be better than you. All of that negative self-talk, that is oftentimes louder.
Yes.
And you have to almost train yourself to listen to the positive voice, which is God and your purpose, and learning to take a chance on yourself, right? Because we're not trained in a lot of spaces to embrace failure.
That's true.
We're trained to, like, even if you think about it, growing up, don't do that.
Well, they say you hit 60,000 no's before the age of 3.
See that?
So they say you hit 60,000. No, don't do that. Stop. So you hear all this. And so what happens is it trains into these triggers in your mind that we talk ourselves out of. So I got to ask you something else too.
Yeah.
So what's more important, mindset or money?
Mindset, for sure. Because you
don't need no money.
You need the money.
Okay.
But if you don't have the right mindset, the money is null and void, right? Money is a material thing. If you don't have a plan, if you don't understand money, if you're not familiar to money and money isn't familiar to you, it's not going to stay. It's not going to stick. So I think mindset around money is something a lot of people, myself, I don't want to say I'm an expert at all. I'm still figuring out, things in my financial trauma. Like I tell people, financial trauma is a real thing.
It is.
Especially in entrepreneurship, because if you spend money on something thinking you were going to get XYZ and then you don't get nothing for it, you're going to be sitting there like, damn, I really spent that money when I could have spent it on something else. So financial trauma and getting over that is part of
the process.
Having a mental toughness around money. So for me, I am familiar with money and money is familiar with me, and I'm okay with that. So I'm living from a place of abundance, right? So when it comes, I don't feel too excited about it because it's coming on a more consistent basis.
Which to me, it makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times, a lot of people, and let me tell you, I just tell you a quick story. So when I started this podcast Christian studio 5 years ago, I told my friends, I'm like, man, I'm about to open up a content creation studio. They was like, what? What are you talking about?
Yep.
I said, I'm gonna open up a content because what happened in 2017, me and my wife started a podcast in 2017. People trying to rent our house out.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, man, okay,
you
cool.
Protect your energy.
I was down though. I was down.
I got you.
She said no. I was down.
She said, I want all of this energy in here, all of these different people. This is my humble abode. I get that.
Anyways, and so God shared something with me. He said, you're trying to tell people to validate the vision when I gave it to you.
Yeah.
It's not for them to see.
Yeah.
It's only for you to see. So take action. And now, 5 years later, almost 6 years, they like, oh, I see what you was talking about. Nah, you the same person that didn't see it.
Yep.
But you physically see it.
Yeah.
So now you see it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a lot of times we getting people trying to validate our vision when God's saying, hey, don't worry about that.
That's part of that mindset priming.
I got you.
I remember when I told my my mother that I was leaving the corporate space. The first thing she told me, typical Caribbean mother, I love her. Mommy, I love you. Her thing was, don't leave that job.
Okay.
You got benefits.
Okay.
You got all of these things, right? And I told her, I was like, doesn't matter if I'm not here to enjoy it, because
that's good.
That's how I feel in that space, right? At that point in time, right? I was dealing with depression and anxiety. I just lost my brother. I got diagnosed with a few illnesses, and I was just like, there needs to be more to life than just working. Here I am making 6 figures. I bought a house. There's so much stuff that I was doing, but I wasn't happy. Right? So sometimes you gotta really listen to that voice and stay on purpose, right? And I didn't tell a lot of people that I was going through all of this transition. They were seeing it on the forefront. They could see my attitude changing. But
I like that.
Sometimes you gotta move in silence.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing your self-work, right? Even if you're doing your business, move in silence. You tell the people that you want around you, that you value their opinion, but like, it's not for everybody.
That's true.
Until it's for everybody. So sometimes you got to keep things to yourself, even the people you love, like my mother. Like, don't leave that job. And if you tell a Caribbean mom or dad you're leaving a job, you better have something.
You better have a backup plan. Yeah.
And she listened to me. She was like, you know what? Do what is right for you, and I'm not worried about you. She tells me all the time, you're my child, I never have to worry about you. She knows I'm gonna land, and things are gonna work out. So
all right, give us some principles you live by. So like, give us 3 principles that you live by to get where you at today.
Yeah, man, that is such a good question. 3 principles. I have so many, right? Lead with gratitude.
Okay.
I tell people that, and it's not just something that's on a sticker, a bumper sticker, right? When I say lead with gratitude, make sure that you're setting time, intentional time for you to sit and reflect on the things that you're grateful for. People say, I'm grateful for all the things that I have. I'm grateful for the house. I'm grateful for, the car.
Come on.
You got to start thinking, I'm grateful for my breath. You know what I mean? I heard somebody say, my breath is my pharmacy. A good friend of mine, Coach Freddie, he said that, and it stuck with me, right? He's like, you have within your breath everything that you need to heal yourself internally, whether that's physical trauma, mental trauma, emotional trauma, right?
That's good.
So I'm grateful for my breath. Obviously, I'm grateful for my family, but even more so, I'm grateful to have a supportive family.
That's supportive.
My wife she is a rock star, right? She is, I don't feel like they make, I might get some flack for this, but I don't feel like they
I feel the same way. Go ahead.
Women like they make my wife.
I like it.
And I know she's I don't know if it's just a sudden thing or because she's gone through her own trials and tribulations, but she is really about marriage being a partnership.
Yes.
And she is 1,000% on board for when you fall short, I got you.
Yes.
But when I fall short, you have to have me. And when we're both up, we both celebrate each other and we keep each other on the right path.
So I'm going to tell you, my wife was the only reason I walked away from my job.
Me too.
Because she said, so she texted me. She was like, you worked 1,000 hours this year for this job. You need to start working on your own business, your own self.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm at the railroad, I'm making money. She's like, listen, you can do much better if you start. So take a risk, and I got us if we fail.
Yeah.
It took me a while, but I ended up taking that risk, and it was
well
worth it.
That's where we bonded. I think that's when we first talked. Yeah. We shared that story.
Yeah. So that's what's important is I don't think they make too many women like my wife either, though.
Yeah.
Because she's very. Let me jump off the edge. She's like, what? Wait.
Let's
put the
talk about that.
Put the parachute on. You know what I'm saying? Let's put that parachute on real quick.
We gotta introduce. I feel like they've met, but we gotta get them in the same room.
Yeah. And we probably got to get y'all on our other podcast, which is One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
Oh man,
yeah.
I have been trying to get my wife to dabble in the entrepreneurial space. And she's like, listen, I'm a nurse practitioner. I always have work.
Yeah.
I'm good over here. She likes being able to come into something.
And we like to interview couples, though, because, people always ask that name right there, OM2H. It's like, what that mean? Mm-hmm. It's like One Marriage, Two Hustlers, Creative Studios. It's me and my wife's studio. Yeah. So
I like that.
That's what's most important. All right, so that was one principle. Give us one more.
One more. Going for the ones that are most present. Always embrace evolution.
Ooh, that's good.
I feel like some people get to where they're going, or they get to the place where they aspire to be, and then they stop. Okay, ooh. I've gotten here, I've accomplished the thing, and I'm good. I'm gonna start mentoring this person, mentoring that person. I'm gonna start charging people for my wisdom, and then they forget that you can always be a student. You can always evolve. And me and my wife, we talk about that. Like, we're not the same people that we were yesterday.
Oh, no.
I'm not the same person that I was 30 minutes ago. Life is happening to me and things are changing, right? So, like, I always look for rooms where I'm amongst other people that I could learn from.
I like that.
And I'm not scared to tell somebody, hey, I don't know how to do this. You are really good at this. Show me the ropes. And this is what I can do in return. I always believe in, like, let's meet on the half.
I got you.
And let's bless each other, because I have some skill sets that you might not have, and you have skill sets that I don't have. So how can we help each other, and how can we help each other learn some new things?
I think that's what's so important is when people realize that. To me, my mindset is if your coach don't got a coach, y'all both students. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I was just in the class the other day on lighting. On podcast lighting.
Right. You do a good job right here too.
Yeah. So
I was good at it.
So I was just on lighting. So there's some things that I just purchased that is coming in.
Okay.
And then I'm really diving into, like, how do you make the content into 6K quality?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that when you export it out, you're still getting a true 4K.
Right.
Versus using this is a mistake I learned, using this automatically transferred to 1080p. You know what I'm saying? So you got to record raw to get the true 6K.
Gotcha. And then you got to go in and do the thing.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot.
You just use some verbiage. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but, like, I can use my imagination.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're doing a phenomenal job, man. This place, if you haven't been here, come check this place.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. All right. So here's the part that I'm gonna bring up a couple acronyms.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what the acronym, and then you tell me what it means to you. First one is POUR. The acronym: passing over opportunity repeatedly. What do it means to you?
Say it again one more time.
POUR. Passing over opportunity repeatedly.
I like that you took something that's traditionally a negative thing and made it positive. This man's a magician. Passing over opportunity repeatedly. I think that's the cycle of life, man, to be honest with you. I like that you gave it a positive spin on it, but for me, I feel like we have to start creating Black privilege.
Ooh, come on, talk about it.
I mean, there's a lot of white privilege in the world. You know what I mean? But that's because they support each other. That's because they open doors for each other. That's because one of them that's doing primarily well will see somebody and they'll be like, hey, yo, come let me show you the ropes. Take you under my wing. Let me show you XYZ so that you could do this and do it better than me.
I got you.
Right? In our communities, I rarely ever see that. I rarely ever see us creating...
Talking spicy.
You know, I never really see us creating Black... Yeah, and I don't see it. I don't see the Black...
It's crazy because and I'm not going to say his name on the podcast, but I had another studio owner reach out to me and said, I took 2 of his people. I didn't take you people. My price was cheaper.
Right.
And they like the way we do things here. So I say, sir, I didn't take none of your people, sir.
Yeah.
All I did, I just put an ad out there and then they contact me.
I gave them value.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we do something that most studios don't do. We edit the content for them.
Yeah.
And then we give them 2 reels per person that's on the podcast.
Right.
And then we give them the audio, the video, the thumbnail, and the intro.
You gave them quality, and what you've done is you've created Black privilege for them. Not for anybody that wants to come here, but primarily you're creating a space for people that look like me and you. And you're saying, hey, you don't have to have a $5,000 budget to do this, right? We want you to win, because when you do well, you go out there and you tell other people, hey, this is where I got this done. This is fair. Don't come in there asking for free, but he's going to meet you on the half and he's going to give you a fair price. That's that Black privilege.
And that's the entrepreneur part that you have to figure out, though, that we didn't figure out. So when we start the studio, the first thing is, okay, what do we charge? The second step is, how do we keep the money rolling?
Right.
And so what we did was we only work with customers that's built on subscription base.
Okay.
So a 3-month subscription for $385.
Yeah.
A podcast, you get 4 podcasts a month, 1 hour long.
Yeah.
So we built it on that. And then over time, what happens is, because we started, I was like, man, you know what? Let's just charge them per minute. And then we realized it was draining us.
Yeah.
So it's better just to pay, they court on file, and it just hit their thing. And then after the 3 months, we send them an email or we talk to them on their last podcast and say, hey, if you still want to come back, let us know. If not, we understand. Or you could pay $485 for 1 month, which you only get 4 episodes, but it's $100 more.
Bro, that is already so much better than, so many other places that I've seen. And I know, no shade to everybody. Everybody got
everybody got that thing,
And I'm grateful for all of the podcast producers out here, everybody that I've worked with. But so far, you have the most realistic, doable price, especially for somebody that's an entrepreneur. Because you have to remember, entrepreneurs are doing this sometimes after their 9 to 5.
That's what I'm saying.
After the mortgage payment, after the daycare thing. So it's good to meet people where they're at, but it's also good to grow with them, because word of mouth is probably the best.
It is.
Best possible situation for you. I know it is in coaching. Like if I coach somebody,
they gonna tell,
and they go out there and they tell somebody, yo, Akil got me over this hump. That is way better than any ad that I can put out or anything like that. So giving people value and creating that Black privilege, man, and I really want to be at the forefront of creating Black privilege, but oftentimes you got to be where you want to be. In order for you to do that for others, right?
That's true.
Because if I'm so focused on, but let me figure out my life, how am I going to open doors for you? I'm too busy focused on me.
Yeah, that's true.
So you got to do it when you're ready to do it.
So what are some of the hardest challenges that you deal with entrepreneurship? Like, what are some of the hardest, you know what I'm saying? One of my hardest challenges was pricing.
Yeah.
It's like figuring out what's the right price without overpricing. But what's some of the challenges you figured out?
I think getting in my head, man. Something that some of the most successful entrepreneurs that I've met, what I realized that they all have in common is they have learned to fail quickly. They have learned, all right, this doesn't work. I'm gonna lick my wounds. I'm gonna get back on it and I'm gonna do it again.
That's good.
And I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna do it again. And it doesn't hit their ego as long as it does somebody that has this perfectionism, or perfectionist mindset, right? I like to tell people I am Akil Bernard and I'm a recovering perfectionist. Okay, I'm not fully cured yet, but I'm working on myself.
Which is good.
Yeah, but I'm learning to fail quickly. I'm learning to embrace pivot. So when something isn't working, I don't want to sit with it too long and be like, well, this doesn't work.
That's true.
And then I start getting in my head about it. So I had to learn really quickly. If it doesn't work, go out and do it again. And if it doesn't work that second or third time, it's something that you're doing isn't making sense in the equation. So then I have to start talking to people. Hey, is what I am putting out there, are you connecting with it?
That's
so feedback is a big thing.
And I think it's important because I think a lot of people don't realize, as an entrepreneur, it's like my friends was like, man, you ain't punch a clock in 6 years, man. How you? I'm like, bro, let me tell you something. The thing is, I had to figure it out. I had a lot of late nights. A lot of man, okay, how to run ads properly, how to communicate, like you said, how to communicate with the customers and all of that, and then figuring out like, okay, if a woman on our Instagram contact, I have to big up my wife. I can't do it can't be me. Like we had some ladies came in last week. They thought it. Oh, I'm looking for Courtney. They was looking for my wife.
Yeah.
Because she's like, because they said, cause we contact other studios and it was some men over there. We was like, nah.
Yeah.
So I put her right there. They came because of her. And it's like, oh, you the husband. Oh, okay. Now they feel comfortable.
Right.
But those are things that I'm thinking like, I can just respond. They're going to bro.
Yeah, especially with women. I feel like women are very, very, and they should be, very cautious of spaces they frequent.
Yes.
Whether it be energetically or physically. They need to feel safe in order for them to open up. So it's a good thing that you have your wife with you, because in a lot of spaces like this, it could feel predatory at times. And I've heard women say that, right? Like, you have this podcast, you have this photo studio, and all of a sudden,
as a man,
boy trying to get at you. You came here to get your headshot. Not for a date.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah. All right. Next word, denial.
Denial.
Here's the acronym.
Ooh.
Don't even notice I am lying.
Don't even notice I am lying. I like that you took all of these negative words and made them positive. Don't even know I am lying.
Yeah, don't even notice I am lying. The word denial. What do denial mean to you?
The first thing that comes to mind is, that phrase, fake it till you become it?
Yes.
I have a love-hate relationship with that, because in a lot of instances, sometimes you fake it until you become it, and then you get stuck in the part of becoming it. So you don't even realize when you've actually accomplished it.
Oh, wow.
And for me, I like to tell people, I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to live authentically. And if I fall short, I'm okay with that, right?
Got you.
I don't really want to lie to you and tell you, I'm making this amount of money, or I'm going to fix your life. People think when they think about coaching, they're going to be like, oh, he's going to fix my life in X amount of sessions. Nah, that's not how that works, right? I want to tell you the truth. It's going to be challenging.
You got to take action.
But you have to take action. I have a set of tools that I can use.
Yes.
But you have to be willing to do the work. And you have to be willing to, actually.
Yeah, because some people always ask me that. They're like, well, why should I sign up for 3 months for podcasts? I said, because most people don't do more than 4.
Yeah.
So I said, you should sign up for the 3 months.
Try it out.
Make sure we got a plan. We got another package. It's $175. They come in. We help them with their brand color. We help them what needs to be done on the podcast, the timestamps. We really give them like the play
mapping, how it works.
Yes, we map it all out, and then boom, and then now you ready to roll.
Yep.
But I think a lot of people in this world, bro, they want this. Oh, I did 2 podcasts. I ain't go viral. I'm like, bro.
You're doing podcasts for the wrong reason. I see a lot of people wanting to do that, right? Because I feel like podcasts is a newer phenomenon where everybody is like, well, I have something to say, and I'm going to use this platform to say it.
Gotcha.
And that's a beautiful thing, because everybody's finding their voice and everybody's kind of crafting their own lane.
I like that.
But a lot of people are doing it with the intent of wanting to go viral. And when you have something to say, it's usually not really about going viral. It's about helping people. It's about connecting people to resources. It's about helping to connect people to other people.
That's true.
That can also help them by sharing their lived experiences. That's my interpretation of what podcasting is for. And then podcasting used to be just listening to things, right? Now
visual.
It's video.
Yeah.
So is it really podcasting, or is it more like
videography?
It's more like a video
it's
cast type of thing.
I think, oh man, and again, I tell people all the time, and I want to ask you this question about AI. Do you feel like AI gonna take our jobs, or you feel like we gotta use it to make our jobs better?
Bro, I love that question for so many reasons.
Okay.
I do not think that AI is gonna take our jobs. I do believe AI is gonna make it possible for us to accomplish more and get more done quickly.
Yes.
Now, if you want to stay ahead of the trend, the thing is to learn how to prompt engineer.
Ooh.
And everybody should be learning how to prompt engineer if you want to survive in this new space of AI technology, right?
I'm loving it.
Because the AI tool needs somebody to tell it what to do. So if you don't know how to tell it what to do, you're already behind.
I feel like if you're not building at least 5 to 10 prompts a day, you're not really using AI properly.
And then not just building the prompts. It's like, how do you prompt it to tell it what to do?
It learns you, though.
I use ChatGPT frequently, but I don't use it and just say, well, this is all I'm going to do. I use it as a blueprint, right? So I want to write my first book. Obviously, I'm not going to let ChatGPT write the
Some
book.
people will.
And then trying to put it out, you go to a publisher, the publisher screens it, and it's like, bro, everything in here is AI. AI generated. For me, it's giving you your thoughts, and then you can take that as a beginning point, and then you transform it.
Yes.
I have people reach out to me. They're like, hey, I want you to do a training in a week. This is the price. I want you to do X, Y, Z. I have to figure out a way to put together that presentation quickly. I live by presentation AI. It's called presentation.ai. Literally.
So you like typeset or you like that one better?
I like presentation.ai.
Oh, you like that one?
Yeah, that one works.
I like typeset too, but the presentation, I like, that one,
and the thing about it is like, I'm telling it what I want it to be. And everything is there. I can swap out the photos, but it's giving me the blueprint.
Gotcha.
And I have the editable link. I have that presentation done. What would take me 48, 72 hours to do, I have done in about 2 hours, 3 hours, right? So that saves me time, and it also saves me energy.
Do you use Cast Magic?
No, what's that?
I love it.
What is that?
This is why I'm having an AI event. Because I'm having an AI event for creators.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So people who want to create quickly, fast, and let the AI do the work.
Yeah.
So basically, Cast Magic, you take the video, you slap it in there. You slap it in there, it transcribes it, and then it tells you what ads to run with it. It breaks it down into a 10-part questionnaire.
Okay.
That you can ask questions you can ask. So you can basically take that and build your funnel out of.
Fire.
And then Poppy AI. Poppy AI.
I heard about Poppy AI.
Okay, so I love that too.
Have you heard of Opus Clips?
I've been using Opus Clips. I use Submagic. I mean, I use all of the
videos you see on that. I was like, damn, I have no footage of any of the things that I've done.
So that's that. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why I don't like Opus Clips.
Okay.
Is because I know when people using it.
Oh yeah. The way it is.
The way it is. I know exactly when they're using it. I can tell you the name of the font and everything.
Yeah.
Because they only got a certain amount of fonts in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and I understand why people use it. Because it makes sense. You could take an hour video and it can take 40 clips for you real quick. And then you just already got your captions and you rolling. I know why people use it.
Quick.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure that out. All right, next word is HOPE. HOPE. Acronym. Help other people excel. What do HOPE mean to you?
Exactly that, man. Hope other people excel. I think it's self-explanatory. For me, that's why I got into coaching. I got into coaching because I wanted to help people find hope in moving through the things that feel really challenging. Finding hope at the end of, a major life transition that feels hopeless or feels super conflicting or feels super foggy. There's always hope at the end of it, right? And hope and faith, they're close cousins. Very close. They're almost close, right? So if you don't have faith in the process, your hope is going to dwindle, right?
Makes sense.
So if you have high faith, I'm going to get through this process. The squeeze, the juice is worth the squeeze is what I like to tell
come
people,
on,
right? You have to have hope in order for you to see through challenging times, right? And a lot of people, they feel hopeless because they're focusing on all of the symptoms of things that they're experiencing, not the possible outcomes.
Ooh, that's good. All right, so now I cross over, throw you the alley hoop.
Hey.
Any questions you want to ask me?
Yeah. We met at a mental health conference, right?
Yes, Melanin Minds.
Yeah, coming back up.
Yes.
You want to be there?
No, we're going to be out of town.
Okay.
We got a family reunion in Florida.
I got you. Florida, good times. What has your mental health journey been like over the last, I want to say 2 to 3 years of just being an entrepreneur, being married, all of these things. Like, how are you coping with everything?
Oh, first of all, it's been good. And the reason why it's been good, because I got my wife. My wife is a counselor / therapist.
Oh,
so
I don't remember that.
And so I have her, and the journey stopped feeling alone when I stopped trying to drag my friends with me.
I got you.
So I was trying to like, man, come on, you should be an entrepreneur. Come on, we all can do it, man. Come on, let's go. And then my wife was like, bro, stop.
Yeah,
they happy with that. Stop trying to force people to do something they don't want to be involved in it. So when I realized how to cut my friends off and really dive into like true entrepreneurship and find my own way, my own lane.
Yeah.
Because we don't just do podcasting here. We build out courses. We build out, we help people with courses. We help people with, we do photography in the back. We build out funnels. We do websites. We do all that right here. So it's been easy because my wife been right there the whole time to support me and help me realize that stop trying to bring people where you at when God never designed them to be where you at.
Yeah.
And some of those friends, I have to cut them off because our conversation is just two different types of conversations.
Yeah, I feel like that every time I go back to the Caribbean. Love my friends. Yeah. I love y'all. But some of y'all haven't evolved yet. And the things that I want to talk about, we not talking about.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
And you guys are going to get there. I just need you to get there a little bit quicker. But the rooms you're in are so important.
It's important.
It's super important.
And you know what? We've been to rooms, and this is one of my pet peeves too. I go to these rooms and I start looking up the people.
Yeah.
Someone got no credentials. I'm like, how they speaking in this?
They went to the school of life. School of life.
When I'm talking about credentials, like, where's the website? Where's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you're talking about, show me evidence. Yeah. You know, because I can tell you can go to WhyNowIsYourTime.com. You can see my website. You can go to our studio page website. You can go to my wife. My wife have a brand called Allow Yourself Grace. Right. So you go to allowyourgrace.com. You can go to onemarriage2hustlers.com. Like, you can actually see like what we're doing. Yeah. That's my biggest pet peeve is, man, I've been to all these places. I'm like, man, what are these people doing, man?
Where the thing about it is that there's a lot of people out here calling themselves coaches, life coaches.
That's what I'm saying.
So many evidence. People out there, right? And I'm just like, all right, I get it. You are experienced in life. But like, what have you done lately for me to want to give you my money for you to help me do something, right? And I tell people all the time, it's really important when you're supporting other people, especially in the line of work, whether it's therapy or coaching. When we go to coaching school, they tell you should be able to coach anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Got you.
While I understand that, I want to coach from a space of experience, right? Yes. I don't want to just come in and just be like, well, ask you this 500 questions, and then you start looking at me like, but have you done it?
Yes.
Have you experienced it? It's not about me. It's really about the client.
That's true.
But for some coaches, myself in particular, leading from a place of experience, where I can say, it helps me get better questions to ask.
Yes.
So if I've experienced transition in health, in career, in different personal life experiences, becoming a new father, I'm going to have a different approach to the questions that I'm asking.
A different perspective, yes.
So now I can go deeper with the questions. If I've never done it before, I can't go as deep with the questions because then I'm going to get stuck.
So people always say, man, how you do a podcast? You don't have no notes. I'm like, bro, just like podcast 500 and something. Like, I mean,
I do this.
This is what we do, you know?
And it's the investment. If you could see what's in here, you would know why I would consider him a subject matter expert in what he does, because he's taken the time to set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possible cameras in here, good lighting, a screen. Like, you've spent the time investing in your craft, and that's experience, right?
That's experience.
So when you are doing a course helping somebody to figure out, how to make the best possible podcast, you're giving them value for their money because you've done it.
Yes.
Right? So it's easier with podcasting than, let's say, with therapy or with coaching, because in a lot of instances, you can say, hey, do this, do that,
do
that. Whereas with us, well, I want to say coaches, therapists are a little bit different. We can't come in and tell you exactly what to do.
Yeah, because you need to hear what they've been through.
And then we're prone to asking questions.
Yes.
Our training is in asking the deep questions.
That's good.
Other people might stray away from. And then we're holding this mirror up for you to go deeper. So we're asking questions for you to reflect, but we're asking it in a way that's not going to cause a mess because we're not therapists. We can't prescribe medicine. We can't diagnose. We're literally here to help move you forward. In the right direction, right?
That makes sense. Yeah. No, and I think that's kind of what we do on our end when we build our funnels and courses for people.
Yeah,
we ask questions on like what kind of funnel you want to build.
Yeah,
like when people go to your .com name, because how do you take people off of social media and get them to your .com name to get them to either put their phone number or their email in, and then how are you following up with them? What are you offering to them? Because one of our podcast clients, I'm like, man, y'all had 35 million views last year. Why y'all haven't changed into money yet? Because you don't have a website. You're not offering nothing.
Yeah.
So they're younger. I'm like, views and likes ain't nothing.
Can't turn that into.
You gotta turn that into money.
That's what I tell people, man. People keep asking me. They're like, "Yo, when are you gonna do more things for your content?" I'm like, you know how time consuming
it is. It is.
Like doing it, taking the edit, recording it, and I'm good in these types of settings because I'm conversational. But like, don't ask me to take my phone out and just start talking to my phone. I feel awkward in doing that, right? Some people are better at doing that than others, but again, you could practice that.
But see, that's why I made it like we have real estate clients and other content creators. They come once a month.
Yeah,
they spend $297.
Yeah,
and we do 8 reels up to 90 seconds just for, but we do reels that's fixed for ads.
Yeah.
And so it makes it easy on them.
Sign me up, bro. Sign me up. I'll be here.
It make it easy on them.
You was on the north side. I was a little too far, but you downtown. I'm gonna be here.
But it helped them. They like, cause we scripted out everything. Yeah. We put the prompt up or whatever they want to put on the board.
Yeah.
Put the camera in front of them.
Yeah.
And then they like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they like boom, boom, boom. Then they leave. Within 72 hours, send it back to them fully edited.
I love that, man.
We make it easy. You got to make it easy for people.
And that's value added. When I say create Black privilege, that's what I mean. Because they're like, you don't have to do this. Because if you try to do it, 1, it's not going to look as good.
Yeah.
2, you're going to spend hours editing it. And 3, you may not know how to utilize it in the best way possible for the most reach.
And what I did was, I created over 15 different reel types.
Wow.
And say, what's type you like? Okay. We can go with that.
What got you into videography and podcasting and those types of things? What
I have a degree in graphic design.
Okay.
And 3D animation. So I'm about to make you laugh real quick. Don't laugh though. Don't laugh too hard. You can laugh, but don't laugh too hard. Sure. So then you will see this was over 20 years ago. Don't laugh too hard now.
He said over 20 years.
It's over 20 years ago, man.
I'm only 36, man. You just don't your age right.
Yeah, I'm 45. I don't care.
He said I'm 45. I look good for you.
I don't care, man. I don't care. Don't laugh, man.
Look at here.
So
that's fire.
So
man.
I got receipts.
For a while.
I got receipts. So
you look a whole different person than that. You got to put a clip of that up. That's great.
Yeah. So I got receipts though, and I tell people that I'm not talking just through experience.
Right.
I'm talking through know-how.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking through like we didn't close 3 deals outside of Houston podcasting for $15,000 each.
See that?
You know what I'm saying? But it come through what you just said earlier, referrals.
Yeah.
So we went to Louisiana. We did 12 episodes. We got North Carolina coming up. And we're in Florida for 12 episodes.
See that?
15,000, and it's a 3-month. Every week we release the reels, everything. We take over their social media,
right?
And we drag it all the way out, and then our goal is to get them monetized in 3 months.
I believe you can do it.
I've
seen your stuff, right? And you've done it. So it's simple in. You have purpose and passion, and when they meet, that's the outcome, right?
It's the outcome.
When purpose and passion meet, and if you throw some skill sets in there, You are set.
It's too easy.
Do what you need to do.
Yes.
So what transitions are you, look at me podcast.
Come on. You can ask me questions. That's what I want.
So what major life transition are you going through right now?
I think the main thing is purchasing our building.
Okay. This space?
No.
Another space.
20,000 square feet.
Ooh.
So look, one side is just for content creators.
Okay.
So it's gonna have, when you walk into the podcast room.
Yeah.
And they didn't heard this before, so you better do it before I do it. And I don't really care, because when God give you a vision, nobody can take it.
Yes, sir.
And so when you walk into the podcast room, it's gonna be all LED screens. It's not gonna even be like walls no more. So you can change to whatever you want to change to. So just one side is just podcasting and content creation, site wall and all that. Wow. The other side is for movies and sitcoms, documentaries. So I wanna have that side.
Big dollars, huh?
But the real play is a podcast box truck.
A podcast on wheels?
Pulling up to your house and you jump in and we record your podcast.
I just got a vision of that and I like it. I like that a lot. Y'all don't feel that, man. What God gave him is for him.
He gave me the vision.
And nobody gonna be able to do it like you though.
Because I already see it. So it's basically, I want to put them. I'm gonna put them all in every city, every major city. So it's like we pull up to you. Bro. We pull up to you. Before we get to you, we have 20 different furniture sets you can pick from. Mm-hmm. And before we get to you, you pick the furniture where I had the furniture inside. Boom. Already, all this stuff is mounted to the floor. Yeah. Hit record. Let's go.
That is amazing, man. That is a vision waiting to happen, and I'm excited for you because I think that's going to be great.
Yeah, because sometimes people don't have time to come.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one of my moves since I moved here, a lot of the because God showed me a vision. He's like, man, you're gonna be the #1 podcast studio in the city of Houston for 2 reasons. Number one, price and outcome. Yeah. That's what's most important. People want, can you give me the outcome I'm looking for? And is the price right? Are you charging me more than a car note?
It's gonna be worth it. It's just gonna be worth the squeeze for me. I love that for you. Yeah. Because I've sent a few people here. I don't know if they reached out to you, but a few people I met at Impact Hub.
Oh, okay.
Gave them your contact because they were asking me, I need to do this podcast. And I was like, don't call this man unless you're ready because he moves quickly.
Yeah,
if you message him today, he's in your inbox tomorrow.
Yeah, we on a mission. So that's what's important. Any more questions?
Any more questions? Do you feel like podcasts is going to eventually, or
fade
podcasting
out?
Eventually rule out radio or phase out radio?
It's already on mission. It's gone. This is the thing. You can take the everyday person and do a podcast. So that means that they have a voice. Now, everybody's looking for people that they can be attracted to. Right. So with radio, we in our car, we listening to it. I put on a podcast. I put on a YouTube video. Right. Put my phone on the thing. I'm driving, listening. Yeah. And so now with podcasting, it allows the everyday person to have a voice. Right. They did a survey. They said, do you rather listen, read, or watch? 91% say they rather watch it. 7% say they rather listen. And 2% say they rather read it. So where we at now?
People visually wanting to learn things. Yeah. Because I've started reading many a books. Ask me if I ever finished it. Actual reading. But put the audio book on. I've read 6 of those. Well, listened to 6 of those things. But you got to figure out a more.
So you know what I use with that? I use Speechify.
Okay.
So what Speechify does is, so Audible only give you 2 books a month. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, Speechify is $250 a year. You take pictures of every page. It lines up the pages for you. Okay. And then as it's talking, if you like it, you can start highlighting what you like, and it'll take it out and move it to a PDF for you.
Oh wow.
And so that's AI. You gotta get on this AI, man.
You gotta get ahead of the curve. If you are not on the AI movement, please get ahead of it because you're gonna get left behind. I'm trying to tell people I'm trying to get this prompt engineer course done, not because I want to monetize it. It would be great to monetize it, but I'm not at a place right now where I can hire 4 or 5 people, right? But I'm getting very busy with people wanting to coach and want me to do workshops.
Do you type or do you talk to it?
The chat.
Yeah,
I talk to it.
Oh yeah, I tell people all the time. If you ain't got that chat, if you ain't got
you got the paid version, man. Don't do the regular.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that.
That's how I'm writing that's how I'm getting the foundation for writing my book right now. Is I'm literally recording chapter 1 might be XYZ, and I start talking about my life. And when I tell you it's transcribing, because I've used it so much, it knows my tone of voice.
Yes.
It just knows how to work, so.
And it ain't that expensive. That's what I try to tell people.
I know, right? Don't go out and just put the book out there. You go to a professional coach that helps. I'm going to get a writing coach, and I want them to take what I've already done and help me really learn the art of writing.
Yes.
So the hope is to have my first book out. I'm going to speak it into existence early next year.
Okay. I'm working on my second one right now.
See?
So
I need to be in a room with you so you can get it. Because people are like, you need to write a book. I'm like, I don't want to write no book. But then I really do. It's just the fear of I'm not a writer shows up, and then you start talking yourself out.
I tell people, start with the chapters first.
Yeah.
The name of the chapters. So I'm a very spiritual person. So like all the books I write, always going to have 12 chapters because Jesus had 12 disciples. That's just me. So everybody I start with the chapters first. And then once you start with the chapters, break the points down. What points you want in the chapters.
Absolutely.
And then take order. You know what order it is?
I've heard about order.
So you take order and start talking your chapter. It'll start punctuation and start getting all that in place for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you say, all right, chapter 1, how to become the best version of yourself. Okay, so they want to talk about that, and then just start typing everything up for you.
Yeah.
And then it's recording your voice too.
It's AI tools are amazing.
You gotta use them.
I don't see why anybody that is wanting to become a subject matter expert or claims that they're a subject matter expert, why you don't have a newsletter, right? There's no reason why you shouldn't have a newsletter already crafted, because you have tools to help you now, right?
You have tools, man.
So you just
Did you like the new pictures on ChatGPT? So like, for instance, so if I do this, so if I do us like this, so basically I can say, so get in. So we get in, we take a photo. All right.
That's mine.
All right, we take a photo. Once we take a photo, then we go to
to make it more professional?
No. No, you want to see. So go right here. Wait up. All right, then I just say draw 3D avatar. I click on that. Go to camera. Wait. Click on that. Go to photos. Click on that. Hit that. Hit right here, and then go to work. All right. So this is. Oh, hello. Feedback. Oh, it's responded.
It does take a little bit of time.
Yeah. So sometimes it's real quick. Sometimes it just depends.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I know why.
I haven't done any of that at all, which I've used it for renderings and mock-ups of things.
Oh yes.
Yeah, which is pretty useful.
Yeah. So they're like, so my customer, I make them laugh though, because they'll get off the podcast.
Yeah.
And then I'll send them
a clip, but with the graphic.
With the A. They're like, oh my God, how you did that so fast? I'm like, bro, y'all need to. So these right here. That's the power. So him. They like this. Then I told you to draw 2D.
Yo, I like
so
that.
you know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta know. Me, I love AI. So I don't think it's gonna take our job. I think it's just gonna help us move quicker, faster, and more efficient.
Yeah.
And I spend about $350 a month on AI.
There's so much talk right now about AI being implemented into education.
Yes.
Hate to open up a can of worms about administration type things.
Well, you see that school they opened up already in Brownsville.
This administration is very much on board with AI.
So what's gonna happen with the teachers? Well,
I don't know, man. They gotta figure it out. I had one person tell me one time, AI is my new life coach. And I just looked at them and I laughed because I was like, oh, you're going to go to AI to help AI help you solve your problem? Because I don't even solve problems. I just ask really powerful questions.
Yes,
And then I hold space. And then I ask other questions. So like you have to, how are you going to use AI to become your life coach? But whatever floats your boat.
I got 2 deep questions. 2 deep questions before we get out of here.
Okay.
If we was looking at your tombstone, what are the 3 sentences you want on that tombstone?
The 3 sentences
that you want on that tombstone at the end of this life.
You have really powerful questions, bro. I'll give you that. You be a coach in a mix. Hey, he's a coach.
I coach people. I'm a digital coach, though. I teach people how to build our products.
What are the 3 sentences?
Yes. On that tombstone.
Here lies Akil Bernard, intentional husband, father, son, brother, and friend, who will be remembered not for the things he accomplished, but how he made people feel.
I love that. Last question.
I should look in the camera. I don't know if I'm gonna get that back. That was good. That was good.
All right, so the last question is this. If the doctor told you had 5 minutes before you about to die.
Wow.
But you need to leave one message to the world. What's that message? So we about to record you and you about to be out of here. What's that one message that you want to leave to the world? You can look into the camera with the red light.
With the red light. Live intentionally, especially when it comes to being happy. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
That's live intentionally,
man.
When it comes to being happy.
Look, man, I appreciate you for coming, man. Because I'm telling you,
it's been a long time coming.
God is good. It took time. You know, it's funny though, because people like, man, you still podcasting? I'm like, go to my YouTube channel.
I'm working. You see me out here working.
I'm getting it. And so some of the podcasts be like, bro, because we got 2 editors too.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, how you do your own podcast? You do our podcast? I'm like, bro, we don't know. It's streamlined, bro. This stuff is streamlined. We don't overthink it.
Yeah.
It's straight up streamlined.
It shouldn't be overthought. It's you have something to say, and once you have the correct setup, very much like this, it's easy to come.
And our slogan is, we let you be the talent while we do the work.
I like that, man.
That's our slogan. And so people love
podcast coming very, very, very soon at OM2H Creative Studios.
Yes, sir. All right, man, listen, I'm going to sign it off to you guys. I'm going to tell you guys 3 things. Number 1, design your life. Number 2, create your brand. And the last thing, leave your legacy. At the end of the day, make sure you die empty, not full. Do not let your dreams go to the grave site.
Absolutely.
I'm signing off to you. See you guys in the next podcast.
Love.